Back to our topic. Before we go on to our next topic, Salima was just saying that women can be, because this new millennium, can be, or you think they should be aggressive more often.
You know what? I'm not going to say should or could or whatever, because I don't want to prescribe one rule. Like I said before, there's no rules to this. You got to do what's comfortable for you. I think that's the challenge. Or nowadays people try to put you in a box of how things need to be, or you got to do what works for you. It's not for everyone. You're not for everybody, but there's going to be someone out there that's going to appreciate you and how you approach things and bring things to the table. So, I mean, if it don't work for someone, someone else will like it.
You hear that, Bruce? You hear that, Bruce?
Oh, trust me. There's plenty. Matter of fact, today, some young lady on Facebook who sees me downtown playing chess a lot, she approached me while I was out there doing some yard work. Well, she texted me on Facebook and asked me, can I come to a double date with her husband and a friend of hers who's 46? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, well, okay, it's just a little bit about her. And she's like, all right, check her page out. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I have no problem with it. But I mean, the woman who she's trying to introduce me to, I don't even think about it. But if she comes on me aggressive while we're on this double date, I don't care. I'm not going to care. I'm just going to enjoy the moment because we only got one life to live.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
That's why I said I'm going to enjoy the moment. I don't care.
Okay.
She tries to buy you a drink.
Then how you going to act?
Just go along with the program.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Don't overthink it.
I appreciate the drink, but still the meal's on me.
Okay. Well, I mean,
that's just the way I would react.
And cool. That's what works for you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And my whole point of it is what doesn't work for someone is going to work for someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
I think that we as people in society, we have to just be open to just being our true selves and our authentic selves versus following rules and playing games.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I am. Because I am a chameleon when it comes to relationships. When I say chameleon, I can adapt whether you're younger, older, aggressive, laid back. It doesn't matter to me. Right. Because to me, it's all about, I'm always looking for, or not really looking for, I'm always waiting on what click, what chemistry, what connection can we find. I don't care how one is. It's just, what can we get those 3 clicks on sooner than later.
Okay.
Sometimes it may take a minute. I don't care.
2 clicks.
Right. Might be one. Click.
It don't matter. It don't matter this way here. But saying, go ahead and let us know this next topic. You've been getting tapped on the shoulder about every now and then.
So I was we were out at the festival this past weekend downtown. We were out talking.
Y'all should have been there.
We were at the 72.9 The Voice tent, right beside the stage.
Which festival were you at?
We were at the African American Cultural Festival.
Oh,
downtown Raleigh.
Yes.
We were there representing the tent. Hey, should have came by and check us out. We were live for a little bit.
Where were y'all at?
They were there. They were out there. Okay. They were there.
They were late.
Probably late, y'all. Okay, true that.
Rain delay.
They got scared. But anyway, we talked to a lot of people, and this one, I won't say young. Young is under 60 young.
Okay.
She was probably mid 30s. But anyway, she was probably early 30s. But anyway, she's married, and she had a question, and a comment really, and then it turned into a whole thing. But
conversation.
It turned into a conversation. But she said that her and her husband were in the midst of getting divorced. So I'm like, what happened? And she said she no longer wanted kids. She doesn't want kids, and he wants kids. And so I posed a question, was this something you guys didn't talk about beforehand?
Nah.
Is this not when you're dating, when you're starting to get to know somebody, you have that list of things in your head that say, oh, nope.
The non-negotiables.
Right, the non-negotiables. The flags on the plate.
Okay.
When that flag is thrown.
That's something I'd like to ask you about, Salima. Is that a flag you would pick up and talk about? Or is that a flag you would just ignore? Or, what would you do?
See, I'm gonna go back to my talking point from before.
Okay.
There's no rule to it, Okay. So for someone, having children may not be a non-negotiable for them. Some people are like, I can take it or I can leave it. But if that's something that is within your heart, that's a dream that you aspire towards in your relationship, you have to bring that up from the beginning. I was just having a conversation with one of my girlfriends, is that a lot of people are afraid to have those tough conversations in the beginning because they don't want to push that person away. They don't want to dampen what's going on in the flow. But my thing is this. Why would you go a whole lifetime spending money on a wedding, building a life together for it to all crumble because you realize, I really do want children? Sail away. Sail away.
Well, sometimes there's a change of heart too now. Like in this case, Sam, you were saying the man wanted kids, at least a kid, but the woman didn't, correct?
Correct.
And so it's like one thing seems to have her, from just what you told us, she seems to have her mind and heart made up to is that she don't want any, but the man does. And it's like, all right, is that something you talk about, in your opinion? Is that something people talk about during dating, during commitment, or right before engagement? When do you think is a good time to like touch on that?
I personally feel the non-negotiables need to be put out on the table before you have a commitment.
Before commitment, okay.
Why you want to put all your feelings out there and all of a sudden you're like, man.
Right, it's not going to work out.
Now you may go along with the flow.
Right.
Now next thing you know you're married, which is probably what happened in this situation, right?
Okay.
One person probably went along with the flow, said, oh, I can convince him later on, or I can change him.
Him or her.
Or I can change him.
That's...
Hello, ladies. Let's talk about
hello, somebody.
You know what?
Or he said, I can change her. And they went along with the flow.
Okay.
Got married. And then all of a sudden, bam. Maybe he or she thought that, oh, they'll change after we get married. Then they came out.
Change your heart, not all the time.
I want to have kids. And now you're devastated.
Right.
And that is, that right there for myself and for, all those watching and tuning in, and this is just for people in general. Everybody's different. Every relationship is different. It means a lot more to some than it does to others. But again, it's going to boil back, Salima, to what I've always said: respect, and then communication,
and honesty,
and
that's right. That's right. Transparency. I mean, that's important. I mean, that's vital. How do you feel about that?
If that was, I'm just using it. If that was in your case, if you were in that situation,
wouldn't be me. Okay. Okay. I mean, no.
Me, everybody who knows me knows I just love kids because they're the best blessing to me. They're the best blessing in the world.
But does that mean at this age?
And so you're saying, well, yeah, I still would. And you're saying she was in her 30s, so to me, she still had a little bit of time. But that is something when you go out on. This is just again my opinion. When you go out dating, when you go out, you're talking on the phone. That is when you bring up the topic that you want kids. You say something about wanting kids then, but if you fail. As the man or woman, if you fail to pick up on the fact that the person you're talking to, trying to date, trying to commit to, is not interested in kids, don't want none, and if you haven't picked up on that, that's your fault. That's not hers or his or whoever doesn't want the kids.
I'm just going to add one quick thing because as a woman and a feminist, you said I'm just saying. You said that because she's in her 30s, she still has time. I
said she may still have time.
Okay. Well, I thought you said she has time, but you prefaced it with may. However, nonetheless, I think when you talk about children in relationships, you have to also consider that what's for you is for you, and what I mean by that is. So your biological clock really might have stopped at 23. You don't know that. True. Or it might stop at 50. I mean, look at Janet Jackson,
True that.
Richard Nielsen, or Flavor Flav's ex-girl from, I mean, she just had a child herself. So you don't know how your body's going to react when it comes to that point in time. Right. So I do think that whenever you're interested in having children, you have to say, what will happen if the options don't work out for us to just naturally have children as well. I think it needs to be a multifaceted conversation because some people aren't open to adoption. Some people aren't open to, foster.
What's it called? Not foster family, but
or IVF. I mean, people aren't. So though it is a complicated conversation, and age is not always indicative of fertility.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
So I say
a surrogate.
Right. I mean, but those are conversations. I think that if children, which I feel is a life altering, situation to your relationship.
Yeah,
I mean, it is, but it is a complex conversation because just having. So, say for example, I say I want to have children. Me and Sam want to be in a relationship, and I can't have. I'm just using an example. This is my brother, okay? But say for example, it may not happen naturally for us. And Sam was like, "Well, I don't want to adopt no kids." Then what? Then how you gonna act?
Most people want theirs. They don't want to adopt, or sometimes even take on the child of another person who they're with. You know what I mean?
Right. So I mean, that's why I'm
different.
saying children, they're life-altering situations. So you have to have those conversations from jump before you start investing time and feelings and everything like that.
So you think they should have them while they're dating before they're going to commit?
I say why not?
Okay.
You know, again, I don't want to prescribe rules,
Okay.
but I just save yourself some time and some trouble and some headache. And why not have that conversation?
Because I mean, just watching our man Sam here, I mean, we have seen that children are a lifetime job, lifetime commitment. Because sometimes even after they get grown, they're still gonna be knocking the door together.
Daddy, can I borrow $20 for some
Hey, I was hustling by age 12.
I need to ask my mama for $20. Let me see, do a Cash App request.
I was hustling by age 12, so but you know, not everybody does that.
There you go. Hey, we're about to go to a quick commercial break. Chaos Conversation on Facebook. We're live. Check us out.
Where y'all at?
Chaos Convo 01 on Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. Hey, same thing. Chaos Conversation.
72.9. The Voice.
Update.
Update.
Let's go.
How you think that went?
We got two more breaks, all right? One
I mean, we can always take a break.
How you feel about that one, bro?
And see, one thing about it is like, one set of rules is not for everybody. I don't care where you're from, who you are, what you've been taught. One set of rules is not for everybody. But you know, one thing, everybody, go back when that was TMZ, and when Kanye West was saying people are slavery was a choice. I asked you.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, did you watch the whole episode though, the whole show?
No, I didn't.
Okay, go back and watch the whole. No, go back and watch the whole show because one thing he said, and I stole from him, was, and I've been saying it too, it's not these words. People are grounded to society. Now, if you go back and watch the whole show, I think an employee and him both agree that people are grounded to society, and that's like for example, man must be the provider. No, it's a new millennium. Opposites must attract. No, they don't have to. Because again,
You're talking about people like just going with the flow with societal norms.
Well, in other words, people say like, man must be taught. That's society taught. That's society. That's being grounded to society. If you're being raised with that, and your friends are doing that, and you see it on TV, that is society teaching you that that's the way it should be. When it's really not. Sure, it's a new millennium.
You gotta make up your own rules for what you do, in my opinion.
Yeah. But see, though, I'm considered crazy for doing that. But I don't
Well, you ain't crazy just because of that. I mean, it's the other thing.
Everybody know I'm crazy. I'm not afraid to admit it.
There's a few other things.
Hey, there's a lot more things in there too.
Except you're crazy.
There's a lot more
Embrace
things.
that.
Hey, I'll say it like this. If all you got time to focus on my flesh and my flaws, I just say it on air, Don't smash me a little bit. All you got time to do is focus on my flesh and my flaws. I don't say
This.
Hey, man.
These words from
Now, obviously, it cannot move because once you do, you realize you got more stress and tension. You start taking that off. I'm keep it real.
What if you got somebody in her late 40s?
This young lady, like, is 46. Well, I mean, like when I go out on the first date with this young lady who's 46, again, you have to know the language of the field you want to be.
Well, you can ask some questions without directly asking.
Yeah, you can. There's plenty of ways to do that. You know, though, that's the way you can tell what level somebody's at.
Baby, he's 40.
Right.
You get her coming. What's she gonna say?
Yeah. Again, just knowing the language of the lead you want to be in. That's all, Sebastian. If you don't speak the language, oh well, that's your fault. If your party don't speak the language and you don't pick up on it, that's still your fault. No, for real, you can't be sitting here talking
I'm
about
just looking at
Party speaking French.
hashtag that Nikki has a hashtag. It's the new millennium.
There you
That's
go.
what she just said. It's the new millennium.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate it. Now, where your friends at?
Oh, Lord.
Tell them to come out here and say their opinion on that. I like it though, because this new millennium is completely different than the old generation.
What if the man wants to decorate the house?
Okay.
Hey, I know this guy named Cliff,
And
whose
he's
wife
fixing
let
to
him.
decorate it, but it looks like a hot mess.
No, check it out. that's what the guy named Cliff, his wife let him decorate, and all she did was add on to his decoration. That's all, because it wasn't enough.
It's supposed to be a team, right?
Yeah.
So
But
the
it's
man
like,
should
go
expect
ahead.
the woman to do all that.
Nah.
She go,
He laid the ground and
oh, she gave input.
the way that the wife put it to me was he drew the picture, she colored it. That's the way she drew me. I was fine with that. Yeah. But his thing was, new ideas for this and that.
It's your mic.
Get your mic, bro.
No, cut this show off. Cut this show off. What's up? I got this.
I know you do. You do. I believe in you. Nah, it's just my water.
All right, ready for the mics on?
Ready,
All right,
ready,
all right.
ready.
All right. Here we are. Second to last segment of this show on Chaos Conversation here on Wonderful Wednesday.
Oh, dude.
Still with Sister Salima, yeah?
What?
Telling it like it is.
Yes.
Ready to school some of y'all in need? Any and
School
all day.
is in session.
Hey, man.
Is your accent
I said
struck?
school,
Is it screw?
man. Get the heck out of here, man.
Screw some people in need.
Whatever, man.
No. Wait a minute now.
School.
Who's talking about?
And you know what? This is and just like school. This lesson she going to give y'all is free too.
Hey, free 99.
Take note. Take note.
It might be painful, but it's free.
Okay.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hurt those you want to help.
Hey.
And that's what the truth can do sometimes.
The truth. Yeah, that's right.
It can.
That's
Hey,
right.
the truth is something you don't always want to hear, but sometimes you just still deserve to hear it.
Right.
And no one can give it to you better than to my right, Sister Salima Thomas.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, this
We'll
last.
give it to you whether you like it or not.
Okay.
And also,
Hello, somebody.
man, when somebody receives the truth, a lot of times, not every time, but it shows them, it shows others who's a grown man, grown women are you gonna surround yourself with. Can you take the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Can you handle it? Or you're just gonna get all defensive and get all offensive
Well, your
sometimes.
best friend
Shoot.
/L Orange Little Hands President.
You know what? Like I always say, bump dog and bump all y'all who voted for him.
Okay.
Don't be like that, Bruce.
I'll tell you my mind. That was a gamble anyway. Man, politics. That was too big of a gamble.
So look, before we went to a commercial break, we were discussing, the non-negotiables.
Yes.
The things that you go into a relationship or try to start a relationship with somebody, and those things that you need to ask beforehand, right?
Yeah.
What
A lot
happens
of
that you have?
there are some topics.
Okay.
You got
Some
any-
topics.
Have you murdered anybody?
Okay. Murder Inc.
Hold up now. Hold
When
on.
you say Bruce, you are all natural woman.
All natural born. All natural born, boss.
Oh
Yes,
my
sir. Yes, sir.
gosh.
Oh, you know what? You'd be surprised,
No, I'm not.
especially if you go to the West Coast.
Not
Oh man, it
surprised.
doesn't matter what coach you
Look.
are.
Oh, true that.
Hashtag it's a new millennium.
There you
Okay?
go.
It's
That's
a new
right.
millennium.
That's right.
You know, different
I mean,
strokes for different folks.
Hey.
But to your point, getting back to the non-negotiables,
Mhm.
these are conversations that you need to have from jump. You know, not everyone is going to be able to or willing to accept what you're bringing to the table. But trust me, somebody will. So when you just put it out there, have that adult conversation. Hey, you have nothing to lose before you jump into your relationship. And I'm gonna even say a precursor, your situationships. Okay?
There you go.
That's a new. And you know what? That to me, being a straight
It's a
talker.
situation, that's all.
Being a straight talker with things like kids are a lifetime commitment, lifetime job. I mean, there are so many different ones, but it's just a matter of which ones are going to carry the most weight in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
To those individuals.
Yeah, to those individuals.
Right.
And as as Salima keeps saying, it's a numbers game. And somebody like, hey, some will, some won't. So what? Some of us is always waiting. That's just the way life is.
Hello.
Look,
We need that on the shirt, Bruce.
Oh man, shoot.
Hook it up.
I
look.
will. Some will, some won't. So what? Some of us is always waiting. It's like that in business
Look.
and in life.
It really is.
That's true.
It really is. And everything, there's always someone who's willing to take your spot if you don't want to step up to the plate. I mean, I just had a conversation the other day with one of my good girlfriends. She was like, look, you got to shoot your shot. But look, you do. You got to put it out there. But you can't win the game off of one shot. You got to keep shooting.
You might break a few.
Oh,
Hey.
then look,
Games
if
on the line.
you don't
That's
miss
right.
none, if you don't miss none,
Steph
you
Curry
normally
out this joint.
a lot of times in relationships and in life, if you don't take enough shots, as soon as you miss one, you just gonna it's gonna
Some
blow
people
your
They
mind.
don't know how to handle failure.
Yeah. that's why.
That's why you see all these privileged kids shooting up schools and they get rejected.
Committing suicides and things like that. So if you ever do miss a shot, don't take it the wrong way.
Right.
And don't take it out on yourself either. That's part of life.
That's life. I mean, you're gonna have more failures in life than you are successes.
Yeah.
And I know this is kind of derailing from relationships, but it does tie into relationships a lot because we come up in a culture where everyone is rewarded for just participating, just for showing up. Yep. Everybody get a certificate. Everybody get a ribbon. Everybody get a trophy. Yep. But you've done nothing but sit on the bench the entire time complaining.
Right.
Yep.
Like, you don't get a reward for that. You get a reward for getting in the game, showing some grit, you know what I'm saying, and taking part of it. And sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes you're going to be the worst one on the team. Yeah. But at least you up there and at least you gave your effort. But you ain't getting no award just for going to practice.
No.
Anyways, I say all of that. How that ties into relationships is that people are less willing to put in that work and the time and the effort because they're scared of that failure. Right. They're scared of rejection. They're scared
that's number one.
And vulnerability goes along with that too. And we have a lot of walls, emotionally in our society. People got, you don't know.
Sisters have a lot of walls.
Okay.
Okay. I ain't got no comment.
We haven't had enough chaos, so I have to.
No. To me, there's no right or wrong answer for who has emotions because Sam, you used to have so much emotion. You drive from Raleigh to Fayetteville at 11:30 at night with a baseball bat.
Emotions make it cross the tongue.
And see, it's like everybody's emotions, everybody's situations and experiences are different. But and matter of fact, today I just posted on Facebook. I was like, it's okay to learn from the past, but not continue to live in the past.
Sure.
And so, to me, that's one thing a true leader will always show. Whether it's male or female, they will always, whether it's a woman who knows how to be a leader or a man who knows how to be a leader, they will always live and learn from the past, but they won't keep living in the past.
Right.
Because they've learned the lesson and they've moved on.
Not making those same mistakes over and over
again. That's learning your lesson and moving on. And so it's just, there's so many different things that are factors, but one other topic and one other factor.
Speaking of holding people back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do you think this might touch a nerve with some people?
Go ahead.
Do you think in 2018, sometimes people use religion as a crutch and it holds them back from maybe the blessing that's out there?
And see,
they're being held back, whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically. They're just held back because they're stuck.
Yes.
They're stuck in the past.
What you think, Slim?
Tell me, I want to know what you got to say about that.
Here's me. Well, that goes back to the non-negotiable factors that can play into a relationship.
Right.
When you're dating somebody, if it's a huge factor, let's say that somebody's religion carries about, I'm gonna throw a number out there, about 40% of what their standards are.
Right.
Okay.
And while you're talking to somebody, if you keep bringing up religion like me, I used to invite women to church to see where their relationship with God was after talking to them.